Welcome to Faithfully Healed, a sacred, trauma-informed space for those seeking peace, healing, and a deeper connection through a Christian lens. I'm Leticia Sternod, a trauma licensed therapist, a clinical supervisor, and faith-informed wellness coach. Each week we explore emotional healing, spiritual growth, quiet strength that really anchors and grounds us when we live a life rooted in truth and grace. Whether you're carrying anxiety, working through trauma, or longing for a deeper connection spiritually, you're safe here. Let's walk this path together. Welcome to the Faithfully Healed podcast. I'm Leticia Sternod, your host, a licensed trauma therapist, Catholic Christian coach, and founder of The Wonderful Counselor. This episode is for every woman who's ever been helped with advice, but feeling left alone more than before. This is held, not just helped. A call to return to Christlike presence, the kind that doesn't fix, rush, or explain away, but holds space with dignity and compassion. What does being held really mean? It means you don't have to perform. You can bring your pain without apology. Someone stays with you even when it's messy. Being held and not helped is such a gift, such a Christ-like presence we can give to one another. I have experienced this multiple times in my life, and most recently, probably a year ago or so it's 2025 now, so must have been 2024. And in that winter, my father fell terminally ill with stage 5 kidney failure and was knocking at death's door. I had such a grace-filled time. There was nothing I could really do other than be present, advocate for him, try to ensure he wasn't alone at the hospital, rotated with my uncle, other family members, and did the best, right? The best I could. And at some point, it became clear that there was nothing I could do to make the medical system better, to ensure certain things could take place. And the stress was really high. And there was a moment where I just collapsed and was bawling. And the prayers were embodied. They were from my whole being. And I sat on the couch just crying and being honest with all of my feelings and all the different emotions and memories and all the things that came up. And I felt so held by the Lord and Jesus just being there. And I had the unique privilege of having my husband hold me. So I actually got to physically feel the love of God. And that was a privilege I know that everyone has. But I had that in that moment, and it was far better than anyone trying to tell me what to do or help me. There was no help to be done. What was needed was Christ-like holding and love. And this is what I do when I work with my clients. There's so many times where we feel compelled to fix it or give an answer. And yes, there's times that we have strategies and tools and things we're working on. But so many times what we need to do is just hold space and allow that person to tell their story, to pray with their whole being. One client in particular I'm thinking of, our time together was me really embodying just that held space for them. And this person struggled with addiction on and off, had a lot of emotional neglect in their past, and really never had anyone to share or talk to about what those experiences were like. And really the time that we spent together was just holding that space for them, allowing them to slowly uncover those difficult things, and for myself to be that person holding that container for them. And that's where the healing came through. That's where the Lord cracked in. It wasn't by giving strategies or coping skills or these other things that could be discussed or often are, but truly being held. Not literally holding my person I was working with, but you know what I mean? Not like my husband held me, but that emotional healing of being present. So that's not always like literally holding someone. So I want to make sure I'm being clear, but that emotional and spiritual holding, that's so essential for us to have that safety and that containment. This containment is a ministry. Containment is sacred holding of your emotions, of your spirit, of your story. Carmelite spirituality calls us into interior silence to minimize the distractions, the noise. A womb-like space where healing can happen without pressure, over time, with ease, not rushed. When women enter my programs, they're not rushed into homework assignments and hustle. First, we hold them in a sacred community, in spiritual depth, honoring and compassion. In Galatians 6:1, we read, "Bear one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ." So many people, when they work with me, feel like this is the first time that they've really been able to be heard and seen, that they really are able to get some inner transformation, where they really feel the sense of safety without judgment and actual compassion. And I believe that's the true beginning of real transformation. Saint Elizabeth of the Trinity said, "Let yourself be loved." So let yourself be loved. If you long to be held, not just helped, check out thewonderfulcounselor.org. Consider joining our communities, signing yourself up for our free 3-day nervous system faith reset. Also check out a book, The Wonderful Counselor. You can find it on our website or on Amazon. You are never meant to do this alone, and you don't have to anymore. May peace be with you. Thank you for joining me today on Faithfully Healed. If this episode brought you some insights, peace, clarity, I invite you to subscribe, leave a review, or share someone who might need a gentle word of encouragement. Remember, healing is holy work, and you're not meant to do this alone. Until next time, may you be in peace, held by grace, and guided by the Spirit. Peace be with you.